Hi YouTubers, this is me again for my weekly tarot reading for the next coming week. And I'm shuffling the deck right now as I'm thinking about what this next week is going to bring. And once again, I'm using the same spread I used last week, the Animal Wheel spread, and what's playing in the background is Kellyanna's There Is No Time But Now. It's on a loop at this point because I love the song for for circle or just anything to do with that. If you can't hear it, I can, and that's pretty much what makes all the difference here. So yes, I'm shuffling the deck, and I'm going to do the 7-card reading for this week. Okay, so let's just get that started. Okay, I'm going to draw the cards, and then I'm going to actually go back and tell you what it's all about. So, first is going to be the main focus of the week. Okay. Okay, the beginning part of the week, or the past, how it connects with last week, or this week. The second card is for the present or the middle of the week, that current time in there. And then third card is the negative aspect. The fifth card is what needs to change during that week. And the sixth card is the positive aspect of that week. And the outcome, or what's going to be going on going into the next week. Okay, let's see how this turns out. This is a new format for me, so let's see if I can do this right here. Okay. Okay, the first card, or the overlaying topic of this next coming week, is Temperance, and it's reversed, and you all know how I view reverses, and it's not necessarily changing the meaning of the card, just the stage it plays out on. Whereas this right side up would be more external forces, and this would be in more internal forces, more internally. So since it was reversed, this is more internal temperance, being patient with yourself and things that are going on in your own world on the inside rather than external forces. That's what this week is going to be about. And waiting for the right time. And the god or goddess for this one was I believe, I cannot pronounce this, but I believe it's an Aztec goddess. I don't know much about her, but if you can read what it says there, and it is backwards because, yeah, I'm backwards, but it's Xochiqueuetzal. I don't know much about this god or goddess, but it just looks like she's just standing in the middle, and things are coming to her, basically. And there's lots of doves, and there's a butterfly, and she's standing in the center, and things are coming towards her, and they're passing through her, rather than her running towards them. And once again, I have a cold, so sorry if I sound a little weird. Okay. So, the first card is the past, or how it connects to the week before, is the Four of Wands. And this is a foundational card, and it's the ladybug. And it was, what was it? It was right side up, so it's, there's a couple right side up cards. There's oddly enough, there's only one that's reversed, and this isn't one of them. But this is the ladybug card, or the Four of Wands. And this is a foundational card, where she's blazing a path in her own way. The the thing that comes to mind with ladybugs is that when you put them somewhere, they don't necessarily stay somewhere. If you want a ladybug to stay in your yard, you have to put it somewhat in, I believe it's a mile away in a certain direction. And because then once you put them in a spot, they fly about a mile away from where you put them. This is kind of things like you place the seed, but you don't really know where it's going. It's going to make its own path. It's not going to stay in the one place. It's going to be going somewhere else where it thinks it's going to be better or something to that effect. That's what I'm getting a lot from this card. You're creating the foundation, and then it's going to grow from there. Last week was a very foundational reading, a very baseline thing, and this is just going to branch off from there. And you really don't know which direction it's going to go into. You can kind of guess, but sometimes you might be wrong. Okay? Okay, and... okay, this is another week, just week in general card. It's considered the present in this reading, but kind of like what is the actual situation that you're in this week. I guess you could put that in there. But it's once again right side up, so it's an external card. So it's 9 of Wands, and it's the Snake, a transformational card. Once again, blazing the path. That's kind of what I'm seeing is the actual path being blazed. You're seeing what's coming up, and once again, the ladybug kind of points to the fact that you've laid the foundation, and now you're branching off. This is just restating that, saying yes, you're actually seeing the path that's being blazed, and you're putting post markers in there, and it looks like this is one path that is being blazed, but it kind of looks like it's multiple paths, or multiple people are coming together to create this path. It's not just one person's vision. It may have started out like that, but it's one person's vision branching off and becoming many people's visions. And they're going in the general same direction, but they kind of curly hue, they kind of swivel, they kind of swirl, but they're going in the general direction where they're supposed to be going, or where they're all going in the same direction in general. They're not necessarily following the same path to get there, but they're following the same basic premise or outline. Okay? And Snake is all about transformation, and the 9 of Wands is a very deeply magical card. So, and it's also, there's a lot of wands in this, the 4 of Wands, and then you got the 9 of Wands. So you're it's going to be on not necessarily a spiritual level, but it's going to be a very active level, active spirituality, such as activism. I was listening to a lot of podcasts this morning about activism in the pagan community, and that might be what this is about. Might be bleeding in from that, but maybe you're involved in a soup kitchen or something like that. That's my basic thought on that. And the next card is the negative aspect of this week. And what's coming up is the Death card, or Sedna, but it's also an internal card, so something is ending within you. Maybe you're not going to be personally involved in this path anymore, because I'm seeing it. The baseline's been created, and it's going to branch off into different situations and things like that. And maybe you're having to cut yourself off from that, or something is ending for you. Creation is all about letting go, really. When you give birth to a child, you've created that being, but you have to let them go and let them be their own person. When you've created a group or something, you have to let go at a certain point and not have all the control, and let it take on its own being, basically. And that's pretty much what I'm seeing with this card. And it's not necessarily an external ending. It's just you have to pull away. You may still be involved in the group, but you may not have a more central or leadership role in it. You're now just part of the group now, and it's working towards a common goal. Okay. And the next card is the what needs to change this week. The King of Cups is what comes up with Poseidon. Poseidon is a very he creates earthquakes. He's a very active, very turbulent god. He's very with his trident he creates storms and things like that. And this is something that needs to change. Maybe you need to let go some of the turbulence and the quit making a fuss over every little thing, and let you be placated, or let go a little bit and let go of your control and tone it down a little bit in certain ways. It's also a cup card. You may be invested in this group very emotionally, and you just need to step back and not let your emotions be all tangled up in it. It's a very turbulent card. You need to let go. I'm getting a lot of let go. Just quit holding on to it so tightly, because the more harder you hold on to it, the more it's going to slip away from you, and less control over you really do have. So let go is the main theme of this whole reading, I guess. Let go and let live. Okay? And the positive aspect of this week, the star, hopes and dreams, Kuan Yin, being rewarded for your good deeds. There's a lot of trials and tribulations that Kuan Yin had to go through, but eventually she does become a goddess, eventually, of compassion, because she was such a compassionate person through all her trials and tribulations. She lived through so many things that people wanted to get rid of her because she was so damn good. They just wanted to get rid of her. She was sickeningly good to them. And these people weren't the best people, so it wasn't really something they really could judge, because they were just saying, oh, she's so good. She's sickeningly good. We have to get rid of her. And that's pretty much what this is, that your sickeningly good acts are actually going to be rewarded eventually. That's the good aspect of this week. It's doing the good thing will bring good things towards you. And once again, temperance is, she's staying in one place, but she's also letting things come to her and letting things happen at their own time. Be patient, wait, and continue to do good and do what is right. What not easy, right. And you'll eventually get your reward, whether or not you're asking for it or not. Don't do it just for the reward. Do it because it is the good thing to do, or the best thing to do. And once again, this is an external card, so this isn't necessarily things that are in your walk. It's just doing things, good things in the general pagan community, or even just the community in general. Just doing those things that are important to you. Doing what you believe is right. Sticking it out and continuing on the path. Okay? That's what that is. And the outcome, or what's going to be in the next week. Going into the next week. I don't necessarily particularly care for this card in this deck. The all animals thing and the Wheel of Life, I thought it was a bit of a cop-out, but basically what this card means is that you're moving in a cycle, and things are coming into their own, and things are moving along. You'll be moving into this week, moving on to the next stage. You've done a lot of letting go, you've done a lot of temperance work, you've stayed in the same place, done some really good things, and you will be rewarded for those things, and then you will move on. Don't bask in your glory, or don't sit on your laurels. You've got the laurels, put them on a shelf. They're good things, but move on, or use those laurels to feed the birds or something. Because things are going to be moving on. And the next thing is coming. I'm not necessarily saying it's a good or bad thing, but powers that be are bringing other things into your life, and just, you've done good things this week. It's a good week, but it's just part of the cycle. Get going, moving on. Okay, so that's basically what the week is all about. Letting go and moving on. That's a big theme in this week, and it might be a lot of trials and tribulations just to get through this week. But remember that what things you need to hold on to is temperance. Hold on to temperance, and eventually you will overcome and get your reward. So let go. Just a lot of that in this reading right now this week. So thank you all for listening, and this is a little bit longer than I'm used to, so hope you all actually paid attention to what I was saying as I rambled on. Okay, so, well, you have a good week. Bye-bye.